Hi, welcome back to my system administration tutorial. This video, I'll show you how to create a virtual machine using KVM. First, type the command with manager. Virtual machine manager opened. Now select the file option and choose the new virtual machine menu. So the first screen, you can see multiple options available for installation of a VM. So we are going to choose the local installation media because I have already downloaded an ISO file of CentOS and it's available in my local drive. So that I'm choosing the first option, local installation media, and select the option forward. The second screen, we have to select the ISO image. Select the browse button. Now here you can select browse local and go to the location where your ISO is available. For me, I have downloaded in a different location. I just go down to my location and find the CentOS image and open it. Now you can see here this input box is filled with the path of ISO file, and the bit manager has automatically identified the type of operating system I'm going to install. Here it has chosen automatically CentOS 7.0. This is possible because we have selected this here, that is automatically detect operating system. That's option we have chosen here initially. Then select the forward button. Now it's time to configure the memory address, virtual memory address for the VM. Okay, I mean the virtual resources. So I'm just going to give 8 gig. I'm just configuring the CPU resources too. Then say forward. Now here we have two options for creating a disk. Either you can use a disk which already exists by selecting the managed or existing storage, or otherwise we can go ahead with the first option. I'm just going ahead with the first option. So here I give some 10 gig. That is basically sufficient to test for testing environment. Then I have given 10. Choose the button forward. Now you can name the virtual machine so that we can name it meaningfully. It's possible for us to refer it later. So here I have given the name system admin. Then finally click, before clicking the finish button, you just select the customize configuration before install and say finish. Now before starting the installation, you can review the hardware options you have chosen. Memory, this is the memories. In case if you want to increase, you can change it here, or if you want to reduce, you can change it here. And the disk is going to be created in the default directory of VA or LIV libvirt images. So system admin Kika2 is the virtual disk image which is created for my VM. And the networking part, that's again very important. If your VM need to communicate outside world, it has to be connected with a NATed network. That is the reason why I've chosen the NATed network here. Okay, that's fine. Once everything is done, once you have reviewed all the resources you have selected and configured, okay, fine, just begin the installation. So now your virtual machine get power up. Now choose the option install CentOS. So meanwhile what I do, I just minimize this and close my bit manager window and go back to my system machine, virtual machine. It's booting up. Okay, so it shows the installation screen. Fine, I just maximized it. Choose the language as English. And if you have any other language preference, you can come down to this list and you can choose it. I just choose the first one. I am comfortable with English, and the first option in the second box, that is English United States. If you want to change anything here, English India, you can change it. It's not an issue. I just go ahead with English United States, then continue. The next screen, we just need to do a couple of configurations here. The first one is the date and time. Just go to the corresponding time zone. I am in the Asia Pacific time zone, so that's why I'm choosing Asia Calcutta, and just check out what is the time and date. Yes, it is perfectly all right. I just say done, and then comes to the installation destination. So the virtual disk which I have created, it's there. Just choose the disk. So this is the disk the operating system get installed. And in case of partitioning, we have two different options: automatically configure partitioning. I will configure partitioning. This is the manual one, so I'm just going ahead with automatically configuring the partitioning. Just say done. Once you're done with that, then come down to the network part. By see the default, you see here the Ethernet is not enabled. So in all the CentOS installation, it will be like this. You just enable it. So by default, it is disabled. So immediately, as soon as you enable it, automatically it gets an IP. By default, the configuration of automatic. So if you want to configure a manual IP, then choose the configure button and come here and go to IPv4 and change it to manual, and you can give the IP here. Just I'm canceling this because I'm uncomfortable with the automatic IP address. Automatically it takes from DHCP. If you go back here and see, the default option is automatic DHCP. Okay, cancel it. So it has taken an IP from my network, and the last one is the host name. Now I just give the host name as system admin dot example .com. I just say apply. It's applied. Finally, select the option done. Now we are ready to start the installation. Just click the button begin installation. So the operating system started the installation in the background. Meanwhile, we have to do two different settings. One is setting the root password. So since it's a demonstration, I just use a simple password. So I select a simple password so that it is easy to remember. But in case of the production scenario, there must be a complex password. You must choose a complex password here. Select the option done. Then the second one, we have to create a user. I just create a user. Now, when you create this user, there is an option called make this user administrator in order to facilitate this user to perform administrative tasks. I don't want to make this user as administrator. I just leave the administrative privileges with the root itself. So choose the password option here. Use Linux. I'm just using a simple password for this user. So if you want to change the password later by using the password command, you can change it. It's a fine option. So since it's a demonstration, I have chosen a very simple password. So I believe this installation takes a couple of minutes. Let's keep on going. When you are installing any distribution by using this web manager, these are the same steps. Maybe in the operating system distro, you are selecting the number of steps you are doing maybe a little different. CentOS, all the standard versions, we will get the same set of options for installation. So we just need to choose the disk, where you install the operating system, and you just need to configure your system name or host name and enable the networking part. And also you just uh, need to set the date and time, and in case if you want to have some other language preference, you can choose it later, or while installing itself you can choose it. So which kind of ISO I'm using here is I'm just using a minimal ISO. Obviously it do not show me any GUI because it's a minimal version. So in case if you want a GUI, you can install Genome or KDE, depends on the requirement. So I'll be giving that set of commands in the description box of this video, so you can make use of that links to install KVM, sorry, the desktop environment, whatever you like Genome or whatever. So I just give the link for Genome, so remaining you can Google it and get the appropriate link and install it, so that you would have a GUI if you are not much comfortable with the command line environment. So I believe few more minutes to go. It's generating in a tramfs image. Okay, we are almost reaching the end. Wait for a few more minutes. It's generating the tramfs image. Yeah, the installation is done. As soon as the installation is complete, it would show you the reboot button here. Select the reboot button. The system get rebooted. Coming up. Yes, I got the login screen. I have successfully installed a KVM here. Sorry, I have successfully installed a VM using a KVM. I just need to log in, type the username, give the password which you have chosen during the installation time, enter it. Now fine, I'm able to log in. So I just need to know the IP of my VM. Just type the command IPA. Now come down to the interface ETH0. You can see that there is an IP assigned to that, 192.168.100.235. So this is basically ETH0 interface has taken an IP from the NAT network. Thank you for watching the video.